Do you know that you don't have to be flashy, you don't have to be rich, you don't have to be the best dressed person in a room that you enter? You just have to be yourself as you are, and people are literally going to dislike you. More specifically, women. You have women who feel as though you're not pretty enough to achieve what you have achieved. You're not pretty enough to be dating the person that you're dating. You're not pretty enough to have that kind of clothing. You're not pretty enough to have the style that you do. We tear each other down, and we do that subconsciously and consciously, I think, because we've always been on the receiving end of not being worthy, of not being good enough. Why do us as women hate each other? Why are we being pit against each other? Why do we look for reasons to tear each other to shreds? Can you help me understand that? Because I feel like this is a conversation that we know should be had, but no one has it. They just kind of like pretend it's not there. Like, you see it, but I'm gonna shut up about it. I'm gonna just like pretend it's not there. For the sake of sisterhood, I have seen positivity. I have seen people being genuine. I've seen support. I've seen women being held accountable, and it does not end with them fighting with each other or fussing or talking crazy to each other. The conversation ends in a respectful manner. So I do know that women are out there who literally loves the idea of supporting other women. But for the life of me, what is going on? What's going on? Because I feel like if you are successful, women tear you down. If you don't try hard enough, they still tear you down. If you step out and be yourself, they tear you down. If you say fuck it all, whatever, they still tear you down. So what is the problem? Where's all of this coming from? And you may not like the answer, but I think some of us, we're dealing with self-hate. And some of us are dealing with the fact that we're male identified. And I know people don't like to admit that they're male identified. Oh, I do whatever I want to do. I don't care about what a guy says. Wrong. Liar. You do care. You do care. And you care because a lot of times a girl will watch the guy treat her bad, do her terribly, has no respect for her, bare minimum. In fact, any minimum at all at this point would be good, and he doesn't even do that. But she will still stay, she will still fight for him, she will still support him, and she will still believe in him, right? But not their friend. Their friend gets maybe one time to mess up, or one time to have a disagreement, or whatever it is. They're willing to cut another female off in a heartbeat than they would a guy. So we have to talk about this. I am not here to bash anyone. I'm not here to make you feel less than, but I'm here to ask the question. I've realized that in society, especially nowadays, it's kind of like, listen, pick up on what you can, learn what you can, and then you call it a day. There is no teamwork, there is no unity. You just have broken generation coming up after broken generation, and everybody's just trying to figure it out on their own and doing it by themselves. It no longer takes a village. It no longer takes a village. And then when you look around, everybody's all sorts of fucked up, and then we're asking, well, what happened? What happened is that we did not support each other truly. Not all women is interested in belittling you, tearing you down, or watching the world just, dogpile on you. No, you actually have people out there who cares, but it's not a lot. It gets fewer and fewer, probably by the week, actually. And that's me being generous. We are encouraged. Society has been encouraging us to go against each other. We internalize all of these fuck shit that society regurgitates. And in order to not be a victim of the bullshit that society regurgitates amongst us all, we find somebody and dump that shit on. You don't like that, do you? You feel like I'm calling you out? You feel like you don't see it that way? Okay, I'm willing to learn. Explain to me, why is it that women don't get along with women? Explain to me, why is it that some of your female counterparts are no longer in your life? And I'm not talking about the ultimate disrespect and you had to cut them off for peace or whatever, but for those bullshit reasons as to why you quit on other females, yeah, tell me about it. We should talk about these things, right? But we don't. You know why? Because it comes with accountability. It comes with admitting that you might have been wrong. It comes with saying sorry. And it comes with finally accepting that you were great all along, but you sold yourself short. That's where the self-hate comes into, the self-sabotage, the entire demeaning bullshit that we do to ourselves. And the first thing they do is look for a flaw within you. Then they magnify that flaw, and then they keep you under that flaw. Babe, you never had flaws, but at a very tender age, it was already programmed into your mindset to believe that you are fully flawed. This is what the world teaches us. But you know why this can't be your excuse that this is what the world taught you? Because you have a brain. You have the power to break through. You have the potential to get up and seek answers for yourself. Just like how you seek answers to know about fucking, you seek answers to know about partying, you seek answers to know about whatever it is that you fucking enjoy doing. You took some time out to learn. There was a time in life that you learned about it. So it's the same thing. You can learn how to let go of that internalized hatred that we have going on. What I've realized, you don't have to be rich. You don't have to be the prettiest person. You don't have to have everything all figured out. You don't even have to own a car. You could be walking and the next girl is envious of you. Why? Because you have the audacity to just keep on keeping on. You have the audacity to keep pushing forward. You have the audacity to just be you. And just by being you, you're gonna be hated on by a lot of people, but mostly women. And it's crazy because these people are the same people that preaches about sisterhood and girls bullshit. Y'all don't like each other. We choose to dump on another female. We choose to tear her down. We choose to rip her to shreds because it's easier than dealing with whatever we have going on inside. You could look at a girl and be like, oh, she's pretty, she's successful, she seems to keep winning. So you look for something that is considered a flaw, and you don't care how bad that flaw is. You just finally found something that you can use against them, so you're going to double down and you're going to keep reminding them of it, because you need to beat it into them so that they can feel a fraction of what you were feeling during your vulnerability. Even if it's not that person who did anything to you, but because somebody did it to you, you think it's only right for you to do it back to someone. I'm not trying to blame y'all. I'm trying to have this conversation. And because I'm trying to have the conversation, it is going to trigger a lot of things about you. So you have the option of stop watching, or you have the option of taking your personal feelings out of it, taking the fact that you're triggered out of it, and let's have the conversation. It's like growing up and your family or your parents have been shitty to you all your life, but because you're grown now, then you kind of understand life to an extent, so they're not going to talk to you about it. They're just going to gloss over the fact that you were impacted, you're affected. Just going to gloss over it, and we're just going to have a great relationship. We're never going to discuss the fact that when you were a kid I was an asshole to you, or I wasn't there, or I didn't show up. So we do this. We gloss over things because we weren't raised to deal with shit together. There are very few women who genuinely loves you, genuinely supports you, uplifts you, motivates you, pushes you for greatness. But what is very much common is women hating on each other. You see, this is the reason why even the beauty industry makes as much money as it does. Because it drills in your head that you have imperfections, and the only way to fix that imperfection is to come and get this thing that I'm selling. And we condition ourselves to believe that we have imperfections. That's the reason why there is body dysmorphia, because society has figured out that if I drill into you that you are not good enough, you will buy into what I'm selling, and you will carry out the action of self-destruction. All I have to do is permeate it in your brain. All I have to do is keep drilling it in your brain and watch the fruit of my labor take action. One day you wake up and you look in the mirror and all you see is imperfections. You have people out there drilling into them why they need to be a throwaway. Your family is going to be your first conscious impression, right? So you already have your family doing you in. You go to school, there might be a bully, or there might be even teachers deciding to do you in. You probably have friends and they decide to do you in. You go and you watch TV, the TV decides to do you in. Ads are doing you in. The book that you're reading, and you start looking at yourself like, oh, and that's where the issue began. Comparison. That's also one of the places that strengthen your mindset regarding imperfections, because you start comparing yourself. They put it out there that this woman is the idea of beauty. This is what your eyes should look like. This is what your lips should look like. This is what your nose should look like. This is what your body should look like. This is what your clothing style should be like. Everything has been targeted to make you feel imperfect. And because of that, you have this internal hate going on. You start looking in the mirror now and all you can see are all the things that aren't. Did you know that comparison is the thief of joy? I'm confused. You don't like being happy? So what if a girl out there is being successful? So what if she's pretty? Why do you need to look for an imperfection in her to tear her down? Why do you need to see her fall on her face so you can laugh? You are so desperate to prove that this person doesn't have it all together. Whatever information we want to learn, we learn it. Whatever we want to go to school to study so we can have a future in it, we do that. So for the life of me, I cannot understand why we cannot have the conversation of why women are so hell-bent on hating other women. I'm asking this question because I am confused. I thought that we wanted feminism. You know, I thought we wanted unity. I thought we wanted sisterhood. I thought we wanted to all be in a spot where no one can take advantage of us. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced because we spend our time hating each other, and I'm not going to act as if it's every female. No, for the females out there who are genuinely supportive, genuinely happy for other females, thank you. Because of women like you, there is still hope. You know what's crazy? 9 out of 10 times, those same people who are hating on you on the internet and has so much to say, if they see you in person, they are so meek. They're so humble. You would have no idea that they're secretly hating you and talking shit. Social media has caused us to just fall so deep out of touch with everything, and we're so okay with it. We are fighting for all of these things. We're fighting for equality. We're fighting to be heard. We're fighting to be understood. We're fighting to have rights. You don't think sometimes the men just sit back and look at us and be like, look at these idiots. Look how they're tearing each other down. I'm not saying that you don't have men out there who hate on men, you know, don't get it misconstrued. We all have to deal with that collectively, but for this video we're talking about females compared to just men. Women are actively every day hating on each other, and I just want to know why. And when you tell me why, after you've listed your reason of why, how do we plan to go about this? Is this something that we're going to fix? I honestly believe that some of these women, they have that whole I was never good enough. So the minute somebody in front of me doesn't seem good enough, I am going to do what was actively drilled into me because of my imperfections. I'm going to tear them down. I'm going to forget that it did hurt. I'm going to forget that it made me feel some type of way. What I will do instead is to promote the chaos of it all. I'm going to be a part of it, front and center. When do we make adjustments for these same changes that we are claiming that we want? Because when they're handed to us, we do nothing with it. All we do is find ways to just destroy it. And then when it's gone, we cry and we're like, I don't know why it's gone. You know exactly why it's gone. And it doesn't matter the kind of woman you are. You can be a whore. You can be well educated. You can be just pretty. You can just dress nice. You can even stay to yourself. And the next woman is going to dislike you. Why? Why are we so hell-bent on ripping everything that we claim we work so hard to stand for? Why are we bulldozing it to the fucking rubbles? When the debris is now there and you're staring at it, that's when you're going to say, oh, I fucked up? Probably not, because you're going to be so consumed by ego that even in the midst, you're going to say, I wasn't wrong. I get it, you know. I get that sometimes when we're growing up, our mothers, our grandmothers, our aunts, or whoever, they tear us down. They don't compliment us. Some family members feel like if they compliment you, then you're going to get a little bit too big for your bridges and you're going to be so out of touch. They have no clue that it's tearing you apart. Well, let me take that back. Sometimes they do know that it's tearing you apart because sometimes they have been a part of it. But it's that the cycle continues. Because they felt it, then they need to make you feel it. And so there is no growth. There is no growth. It's just everybody trying to make somebody feel their pain. I don't like that she bagged with that guy. I don't like that things seems to be working out for her. Probably don't even know her. You probably don't know that she's the breadwinner of the family. You probably don't know that she's fighting her battles. You probably don't know that she's probably trying to give up a few times on life. You don't know nothing about her. You just saw something finally happening for her and it triggered you. And if it triggered you, then you need to get to the bottom of why that even triggered you. Why is it so hard for you to be happy for somebody? Why is it so hard for you to decide that I'm not going to make another person feel or go through the same thing I went through? Why you feel you need to rub it in their face? Because somebody did it to you? We're just going to create broken generations of people. What is going to happen to our daughters and their daughters and their daughters' daughters if we are not addressing what the issue is? We have some self-hatred going on. And some of us, we have some male-centered beliefs. And I know it's not something that you want to hear. A lot of us have deep-rooted issues. She's not pretty enough. She's not skinny enough. She's not tall enough. Why she keep dating so soon after she break up? Why she got married so young? Oh, why is she this age and she's not married yet? Why are those the takeaways? Why are those things attached to your worth? So because of all this internalized hatred that we have going on, and we don't have a place to really push it out or talk about it, we don't have a space that we can, vent about it. We just have it consuming us, boiling up within us, until you find the perfect candidate that you can release all that built up aggression and tension and anger on. It doesn't matter if the person seems like they're a sweet soul. You're going to look for whatever society taught you to look for, which is an imperfection, and you're going to double down on it. And you're going to sleep good at nights because you finally get to do the same thing that somebody else did to you, even though you knew that when it was happening to you, you didn't like it. You're never going to be the bigger person to say, you know what, I didn't like it for myself, so I'm not going to do it to somebody. In fact, few people will. So I'll correct myself. Some people will look at it and be like, nah, that was nasty as hell, and I had to endure that. I don't ever want that for myself or for anybody else again. Those people have true and pure intentions, and I really hope that sometimes you meet people like those so it can restore your faith. You have to be careful about who you're around you and what you consume and what you align yourself with. These things are all testing you, testing your souls, and you guys are just willingly giving it away. You are a woman. There's nothing about you that is imperfect. So how dare you allow the noise to penetrate you so much that it throws you completely off track and have you hurt somebody else that you catch yourself not liking? Why you don't like them? Do you know the person? A lot of us, we don't know people. We are aware of them, but you don't know somebody enough to say that you hate them. Sure, you may not like the character that you're aware of, and it's okay to say that you're displeased with something. It's okay to say that, nah, I have better expectations from you. You know that there's a way that we can actually communicate that is effective, and that it promotes growth and it promotes health between us as individuals, as females. We are needed to create life. Yes, not just us alone. The man, yes, he's needed too. You are chosen to be the vessel that has this life inside you. And just for the fact of that alone, you should want to ensure that you are confident in the world that is here, that is going to hold your child and implement things in that child so that the world gets better and better. I would like to hope that when you're pregnant, you think of ways that you can have a good life for your child, as opposed to the same toxic cycle. So if you want that, how can you want that for your child but you're out here promoting hate? That don't make no sense. Why you can't break the cycle? We need to do better, and we can do better. Those kids that you're carrying, those children that you're facilitating a space into the world for, they're gonna meet somebody just like you one day. You see, nobody understands what it's like to tear somebody down until the roles get reversed and you are on the receiving end. Then you want the world to be gentle to you. You want the world to be kinder. You want everybody to take it easy on you. But when you were spewing such venom, you didn't give a fuck. But you see how that works? If the entire population was supposed to point out all the things that you're insecure about and that you find as imperfections, you're telling me that you will never be affected? When are we collectively going to show up for each other instead of just promoting the envy, the jealousy? Even at work, you can be at work as your most basic self, just to give you an idea. And other females are going to hate on you. You probably just stay to yourself and somebody hates on you. Oh, she thinks that she's all that. Look at her. You think I'm all that. I never once come to you and say, yes, I'm all that. You create these things and these thing pieces up here and you attach it to someone and you use your skewed perception of every fucking thing to rip that person to shreds. You go to work and there's a girl, I guarantee you, as a female, you go to work and there is a female there that cannot stand you. And all you're doing is doing your job, showing up, doing your job, being yourself. You know, I got fired once. Well, I got fired a few times. There were some older ladies there that didn't like the fact that I stayed to myself. They didn't like it. Because who does she think she is? They'll invite me to whatever is going on. I'm like, no, thank you. They'll have days at work that they cook and they bring food. Jade, you can have a plate. No, thank you. Okay, we're all gonna go on a little trip one of these weekends when we're off work. No, thank you. Pretty much everything that they would offer, I'd say no, thank you. It became a spectacle. They disliked me because I did not accept anything that they were offering me. They disliked me because I just stayed to myself. I was doing my job. They didn't like that. Because for who I am, in terms of I'm keeping to myself, they consider that to be bitchy. Because you think you're better than everybody else. So automatically you're dubbed a bitch. Cool? Just say Mrs. Bitch then, the fuck? Anyway, I'm not supposed to be in a position where I am ignoring the ones who, I guess they find themselves to be the most important people at work. And so if you are not fawning over the fact that I am one of the most important individuals you could ever meet, then who do you think you are? Well, love, I'm not fazed by people. I believe everybody is important. So you're never going to be more important than the next person. So kindly just continue your normal existence for me. You know? People dislike you just for that. So they started reporting me based off the policy that says that we should be nice to each other or some shit like that. It's in one of these handbooks where it pretty much just tell you that you need to build rapport. That's it. Build rapport with your teammates. I don't do that. And I cannot do that because I can tell from a mile away that y'all are fake. Like, I literally sit down and watch them talk to each other, and then as soon as they walk away from each other, this one is talking crazy shit about her, that one is rolling her eyes, I can't stand the bitch. I can't. None of you guys are having a whole genuine interaction going on, and I'm the bad guy because I don't want to be a part of that. So they kept on going to the manager to report me that I did not communicate with my team. Okay, I don't come to any event that they try to invite me to, and it's making it hard to work with me because they don't know anything about me. Why the fuck you need to know something about me? You're here to do your job. Why the fuck does it matter if I want to be your friend or not? I don't want to be your friend. I am not friendly. I don't give a fuck. I don't like you. You fake as fuck. I can smell it on you and I can see it on you, and I literally have heard countless times when you do the same shit. The managers, Jade, See if you can build rapport. I said, no, I'm not even going to lie to you. I can't. Even if I try, I cannot walk around to everybody doing a fake smile, fake bullshit. No, I'm just going to be myself. Apparently that doesn't work. So they left from manager and they went to the director. Mind you, while all this is happening, I am also having HR meetings. What is my HR meeting about? One of the stupidest reasons, I'm wearing a sweater to work. Huh? It's a place that is cold. Yes, I'm going to wear a sweater to work. Everybody wears a sweater. Oh, your department is not allowed to. When was that? When was that? It wasn't because I was wearing a sweater. They just wanted me to bend to their will. And I'm not doing that because it's just not me. So they went to the director. And the director is like, I have to write you up because this has been a constant complaint. Do what you want to do. I'm not signing it. I don't need to build rapport. If I don't like you, if I have to kill who I am so I can be around you, it's just not going to happen. So eventually they got tired of writing me up. They got tired of talking to me. They're like, you have to go. All right. I'm not going to be like, oh no, please keep me because... Okay. I am going to be myself. If I don't like you, I do not like you. So I get that. I get that we can stand on not liking someone and not bending to like that person. But you don't have to hate on them. I just didn't like you and I tell you why I didn't like you and I was cool with that. So what I'm trying to say is you're going to meet people that you're not going to like, but you do not have to hate. You don't have to develop a self-destructive mindset against your female counterpart. Why do we secretly compete with each other? I don't get that part. Why do we need to do that? Why is it that what we do and who we are can't just allow us to be individuals? Why do we need secret competition? Why do we need envy? Why do we need jealousy? Why do you need to compare yourself to her? Why are you pissed off because you think that this girl is way less than you, yet she somehow seems to get the guy that you can't get? Or she get the job, or she's able to afford the lifestyle? Why does it need to trigger us that much to the point where we have to hate each other as females? Why do we sit and look at each other and talk to each other, and then in the same breath, as soon as we all go our separate ways, we talk shit about each other? Why are you pretending to my face but then stabbing me in the back? Why do you think it's okay? I get it. Sometimes people hurt you and in return you feel like, listen, I need to hurt somebody back before I go through this life. But why? Why we can't just leave them to time? Why we always need to prove a point? I think that this is a conversation that we need to have. I don't want to come here in a tone that sounds like I'm accusing you. So instead of accusing you, I'm asking you, why is it that us as women hate each other? Why is it that a high percentage of females hate other females? The media plays a part of it. They literally build brands off our insecurities, and our insecurities are worded subconsciously in ways to make us feel like we are never going to be enough or good enough. Why are we so hell-bent on believing that and just accepting it? So we start projecting hate. Because you're hating yourself deep down, don't. You hate that you've now become a part of the equation. You hate that now you have a hive mind. You sold yourself short. We're not going to like everything a person does. But there are productive ways of going about it. We can hold each other accountable without it resulting in broken friendships or a broken family, or just anything that is set out to not be fruitful. We can do that, you know. It starts with us. We no longer have a sense of community. We have people who, if they do not say the things that you want them to say and do the things that you want them to do, you're willing to just demean them, belittle them. Why? Why is that the path that you chose? I want you to tell me what's the cost of being a woman. I thought we were about femininity. I thought we were about standing up for something. I thought that we were about support. I thought that we were about uplifting and motivating each other. I thought that we literally wanted to just be more than our bodies. But then now you have the power. And I don't know, is the power too powerful so you use it against the same people that help you to get the power? Because we all came together for movements, and then as soon as we get the successful movement, we started against each other. So did we sacrifice something that we were never supposed to sacrifice, and this is the result of it? Women tearing down each other? Did we tap into a power that we were not ready to properly regulate in a way that builds us? Did we tap into a power of sorts, the power of being a female, before we really understood how to go about it? Because there's no way we fought for this. There's no way that we rode at dawn for this fucking bullshit to come and tear us down. So something went wrong along the way, and I need some answers, because we have kids, we have innocent souls that are about to experience this. And if you don't like it for yourself, then, you know, why would you like it for others? You see, everything is all fun and games until it's knocking at your door, you know. We're okay bullying other people and talking crazy to other people until somebody bullies us, or bullies the people that we love, or bullies our child or children. Then we want justice. Then we want the sisterhood. Then we want community. Then we want peace. But while we out there spewing it and tapping into that venom, we don't give a fuck, because we weren't the ones feeling it. So what went wrong? Something went wrong. There was no way that we wanted the magnitude of us to be felt, and then when the time came, we dropped the ball. So was the movement too strong? Was it too sudden? Was it a test to see if we can really handle it? Because I feel like men and women are looking at us like, what the fuck kind of monster we create? Did we ask for something because we were just throwing a tantrum, not expecting to get it, but then we actually get it, and now that we have it, we do not know what to do with it? Is that what happened? Because I don't see no girls, girl. I don't see no girl power. I don't see no togetherness. I don't see no community. I don't see no growth. All I see is just us tearing each other apart. So I would like for you to change my mind on that. I would like for you to prove me wrong. I would like for you to say, no, Jade, it's not all gone. I would like for us to remember that one time we wanted this. We wanted to be seen as more than just sex organs. We once fought for this, you know. We once marched for this, you know. But were we just throwing a tantrum because no, you have it, and we use it to destroy our own selves? I don't know. I'm trying to, I don't know. I'm not trying to make that a permanent answer. So I'm just asking, who's willing to tell me why that perception is so skewed? Who's willing to come together and say, you know what? Let us be the change that we want to see. Michael Jackson tell us to start with the man in the mirror, you know. Once upon a time, we were meditating on higher frequencies of love and togetherness. When did we become so consumed? When did you allow the media to win and make you a shell of yourself and what you should stand for? How dare you let that happen as a woman? Because that's what you want, right? You want who you are to ring bells. You want who you are to be meaningful, right? You want who you are to be known. Well, I'm knowing you, but just for the wrong reasons. So I would like for us to work on that, truthfully. And I believe that we can. But there's a disconnect and a form of silence at a place that does not need disconnection and silence. We can do better. We are women, and that alone is powerful. But when we start using that same power to destroy each other, then we look like fools. We look like we can't handle big decisions. Look at it as a collective. We wanted this, so now that you have it, why are you abusing it? Why? So that's it. I'll stop yapping, but Come on, man. I expect better than this from us. I expect way better. Thank you, and please enjoy the rest of your